guys, welcome back to my channel. This is such an exciting video, slightly nerve-wracking, but mostly exciting and hopeful. If you are watching this, then hopefully you have already watched my live pregnancy test video. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. But I am pregnant. I'm so excited. We just found out this morning, so it's very fresh. I just got my positive pregnancy test this morning, so it's very fresh. And if you do not know, I had a miscarriage 4 months ago now, I think. So that was my first ever miscarriage. This will be my 4th child, 5th pregnancy. And so that was my first ever miscarriage that I'd ever been through. And so I always knew it could happen, but I think once you actually have had a miscarriage, then you're a lot more fearful of it happening again. It's a lot more like real to you that it's a possibility. So definitely that is in like, you know, the back of my mind that could happen, but I want to be hopeful. I want to be excited. I'm going to pray that this baby is healthy, and I hope that you guys will pray that this baby is healthy as well. And I'm just so excited. So today's a video. I've got my phone and we have the symptoms, DPO, which is, I say DPO, I even said it to my OBGYN like during my miscarriage stuff. Who I love. Like, she's new. She would have been my OBGYN if that pregnancy had lasted. But she was there for me during my miscarriage and she was great. So I'm very excited to use her again for this pregnancy. But when I said DPO to her, she was like, what's that? And she's like an OBGYN. So clearly it's like a psycho internet thing. You guys probably all know all about it because you guys are probably like me searching this type of stuff. But DPO is days past ovulation. So usually you can't get a positive pregnancy test until about 9 DPO. That's usually about the earliest. Maybe 8 DPO for some people. Of course, you don't always know exactly when you ovulated. So you can, even if you took ovulation tests, which I did, that's why I have a pretty good idea of how many days past ovulation I am. But even then, it's not exact. You know, it could be a day off or so. So yeah, which I do wonder. I think I'll talk about that more in my, I'm going to do a pregnancy test line progression video. So I think I'll talk about that, the darkness of the line in that video. But anyway, let's just get into this. I'm sure you guys are just wanting me to get started about what symptoms I had. Now, I would say this was a little bit different. There were similarities to my last pregnancy and my pregnancy before that. There were similarities between all 3 of my early pregnancy symptoms, but there's definitely some differences, especially with this one, which made me think I wasn't pregnant. Like, if you watch the live pregnancy test, I really had like 0 hope. I didn't think I was pregnant at all. I thought I was about to start my period. So I'll talk about that. But one big thing that was similar, especially with my last one, and maybe with the first one too, with my 3rd child as well, but with my last pregnancy that ended in miscarriage, is at 2 DPO, I wrote down peeing a ton and breast pain. So the breast pain has been very minimal, but I did, if I ever noticed it, I would write it down. So 2 days past ovulation. But the big thing was peeing constantly. Now, I already do this because I have had 3 babies and, you know, I already pee a lot. Ask my 12-year-old son. He'll tell you. I pee a lot. But it was like nonstop and it's still going on. Like, just peeing. Every time I stand up, I like have to pee. It's just crazy. So that has been a big symptom for me. And I remember it specifically with my last pregnancy because I was cleaning my mom's house and I kept having to go pee. And when I told her I was pregnant, like a few days after that, she was like, oh, I knew it because you were peeing so much. So yeah, 2 DPO, which I am a firm believer in that you get some symptoms very early. I know some people think you can't get symptoms until like way past ovulation. I disagree. I notice symptoms. So anyway, 3 days past ovulation, I wrote non-stop peeing. So 2 DPO, I wrote peeing a ton. 3 DPO, I wrote non-stop peeing. Slight nausea and slight breast pain. So again, with the breast pain, and this time, that was the first day I had any slight nausea, but it's been very slight this time around. I feel like it was a little bit more with my last pregnancy, very slight. Then I didn't put anything on 4 DPO, 5 DPO, breast tenderness. That's all I put down. But the peeing, the nonstop peeing, the peeing a ton, that's every day. Still going on. Then 6 DPO, I put diarrhea and slight nausea. Now, I've been having diarrhea for like weeks. It's gotten better the past like week or two. I had like some kind of stomach bug, some kind of like terrible diarrhea. This is a TMI video, so what are you gonna do? Terrible diarrhea for, you know, weeks, and then recently it's gotten a little bit better, but still here apparently, because I had diarrhea on 6 DPO. Then 7 DPO, I had stomach pain, which I am thinking this is my the implantation cramping is what I think this is. But I put stomach pain on 7 DPO, 8 DPO, cramping and bloating. So this made me think, 8 DPO was yesterday, and this made me think I'm not pregnant. I thought for sure I was about to start my period, which I thought was odd. I thought that would be early. Normally if I have any kind of PMS symptoms and it's like way before I think my period should start, then I'm like, oh, I'm probably pregnant, because, you know, it's like the time, because pregnancy symptoms and PMS symptoms can kind of be similar, but it's like the timing is how you can kind of tell them apart. But my cycles are irregular, and I will talk about that in another video, like how I got pregnant again this time and just all my thoughts on that. But I thought this was going to be a longer cycle, which may give me hope, because I think I get pregnant more on my longer cycles. I think that's when I ovulate, because I had a much later ovulation, positive ovulation test. So I thought, usually I have my period about 2 weeks after I ovulate. So I thought it would be too early for my period to come, but it just really felt like that with the bloating and stomach cramps. My cramps can get pretty bad on my period, so not like extreme cramping, just slight, but slightly uncomfortable. The 9 DPO, which is today, the day I got my positive pregnancy test, cramping and bloating and slightly nauseous. So I talked to my sisters. I have 4 sisters. 3 of them have kids. They're older than me, so their kids are older. But they both, 2 of them said that they had like cramping around like implantation time, and one of them said that she thought her period was going to start when she was pregnant with her daughter, and she was actually pregnant because she was having the cramping and bloating. So it does worry me that this could be like another miscarriage or something, although my miscarriage with my last baby was at 6 weeks and I'm only like 3.5 weeks right now. So but the line was pretty dark, much darker, which I'll talk about that in another video. I don't want to like bombard you guys with too much stuff in this video, but yeah, that was my early pregnancy symptoms, and that sent me on a roller coaster ride of, oh, the peeing. I was like really hopeful, especially everything we did this month and how the month went. I was really hopeful that I was gonna be pregnant. And then when I started to get that bloating and cramping, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start my period. So my hope went way down, and then now I found out I'm pregnant. So crazy. This was like a crazy early pregnancy symptoms, I feel like. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell to be notified when I post new videos. And I'll see you next time. Bye.